What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna do some stuff to Asus's Miata.
Yes, so today we have harness bar and harness, and we have the seat all the way over there.
Your seat, you got the Sparco Sprint, which has been sitting here.
Yeah, I've had it for the better part of like...
Dude, it's been like 6+ months now.
Yeah, it really has been a while.
And quick little update on the steering wheel. Last time we tried to install it, we didn't want to cut up the clock spring. We've since decided that who cares, we're gonna cut it up, but we're kind of feeling lazy today, so we're only gonna do the seat and harness bar today. We'll do the steering wheel another day. Oh, the other thing is the harness bar is actually really cool and looks super nice.
Oh yeah, I should completely unwrap it. It's also surprisingly heavy. It probably weighs like the better part of like 5 pounds.
It seems really sturdy. It's obviously Hard Dog.
Yeah, so same company that made the harness bar, roll bar, not harness bar.
Let's go test fit this real quick because we have no idea how it's supposed to fit in there.
I had to guess like this. Oh, actually it's backwards.
Careful, you don't want to scratch up your new piece of hardware, man.
That is true.
Well, guys, we already ran into our first problem. So this is supposed to go underneath, but this little spacer is big. Luckily, the kit actually comes with smaller spacers. Our issue is that this is on there really good. We actually did read the instructions, which said you do not need to remove the hard top. So we're gonna try smacking this out, and if that doesn't work, we're gonna have to loosen up a lot of these bolts. It's gonna suck if we do.
I hope not. Really? There we are. Not as bad as I thought that was gonna be.
Well, guys, so right here's the tinier spacer. We're gonna slide that in and we'll put the harness bar. They do supply some little spacers so we can help kind of get the fitment dialed in.
They could probably do with like another 1 or 2 spacers.
Same on my side. I think the plan is, since we actually are short a few spacers, is we're gonna raid the toolbox over there and hopefully we have some good spares. Raiding the toolbox was a success. We ended up finding this little washer, which actually came from the car when we did the install of the harness bar a month or 2 ago. This is why we always save everything. Man, this is sick.
You could just, the whole car shakes with this. I tried that with the plastic brace. I think we'll just break.
Let's get started on the seats, man. Well, unfortunately, I had some audio issues, so I figured I would do a little talk over. First thing we got to do is just take out the seat. Once we got the seat out, we started mocking up the seat bracket. The interiors of Miatas are very, very tight. Unfortunately for us, it did hit the trans tunnel just a little bit. I personally thought we should take out the carpet. Jesus was feeling a little bit lazy, so he ended up getting some towels, putting it over the carpet, and then he delicately hammered it. I was honestly shocked because I thought he was going to rip the carpet, but ended up not being an issue at all. We had the clearance that we needed, so at that point we put the bucket seat in, and it took us 2 or 3 times because we were making adjustments to make the seating position good for Jesus. We had to pull out the seat one last time so that we could install the harnesses that Jesus bought. We ended up going with a bolt-in style. The reason we went with a bolt-in style is because it allowed us to retain the factory seatbelt, which was super nice. So when Jesus is on the streets, he can use the factory seatbelt. When he goes to do his autocross events, he can use the harness. He got a 4-point Takata harness, and it's supposed to have anti-submarine technology, which I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not expert on this stuff. In the event of a crash, it's supposed to help minimize the chance of you sliding under the harness. Here's a little shot of me wrapping the harness around the harness bars, and I'll tell you what, I did not do a very good job as this was my first time doing it. When Jesus sat down in the seat, it was pretty evident that we needed to make some adjustments to the harness. But the nice thing is that the OEM seatbelt worked pretty well, and we were happy about that. Jesus decided that I couldn't do a very good job of wrapping the harness, so he decided to do it himself. I will give him that it came out a lot better when he did it. Well, guys, we got the whole audio situation figured out, so the audio is good now, and I wanted to give you guys just a quick once over, or I guess Jesus's thoughts on the bucket seat now that he's had it in the car for like a week.
Yeah, so I've had it in the car for a week. It's actually overall really comfortable. I've had no major issues outside of one, and so the biggest thing is like when you're actually in the car, going to check your blind spots, and that makes a lot of sense. That's really the biggest issue I've had with it so far. Outside of that, it's a comfortable ride, but I haven't driven it for more than like half an hour at one time, so take that for what you will.
I think part of it too is that it's all relative. I mean, a bucket seat's never going to be as comfortable as like an OEM seat like that, but given what it is, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I have no complaints. It's something I would do again.
Now that we got the bucket seat in there, we do plan on putting a second one down the road once we have more money, but for the moment we're not really going to put much money into the Miata. We still have to do the steering wheel, which we should have done today, but we were lazy again, to be honest with you. And then the one other thing we have to do is the engine mounts. They're not actually super bad, but considering the mileage on the car, we're just going to go ahead and change them. We actually do have them in the garage as well. We've just been lazy about it.
Yeah, we've had them in the garage for the better part of 7 or 8 months now.
Now for the exciting thing, and that's that we're finally going to start on the Skyline. So Jesus did order some parts for the timing belt. They still haven't shipped. Is there an ETA on those?
Not right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to message the seller, see if they can get back to me. Because the biggest thing that they're waiting on was the water pump.
That shouldn't be too big of an issue because the plan is we're going to take the head off and then just drop it off at a machine shop. We did think about sourcing a head so that like we could immediately like swap them and get it done in the same weekend, but heads are honestly really expensive. Anyways, the point is the next thing that we're going to start on is the Skyline, which means the Miata takes the back seat again. But luckily the things we're doing on those aren't too big of a deal. Well guys, that's all we have for this video, so stick around. Next time you see us, we'll be working on the Skyline.